Ryan Alexander,
Morning, Jay.
best Las Vegas personal injury attorney. How are you doing, sir?
Good, thank you.
Are you ready for today's topic?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about attorneys.
I know a few.
I'm sure you do. You know, why do personal injury attorneys have such a bad rap? Like, why is the perception so?
Well, I mean, I would say a lot of it is caused by the attorneys themselves. And it's how they treat people that come into their office, right? I mean, I don't think, people already have a suspicion about attorneys that they're going to be taken advantage of, that there's a mistrust, especially for people from Mexico or Central America, where attorneys down there have a pretty bad reputation.
Right, because they're connected.
Yeah. They might be organized crime related or those kinds of things. So there's already a reluctance about attorneys. And then obviously attorney jokes are there because there's always a sense that the attorney is more in it for themselves than to help people. And then I would say the next thing is that when people go in, if they can't talk to the attorney directly, or if they have only a few minutes with the attorney and they don't feel like the attorney cares about them and they don't feel like the attorney is really there to try and help them through their problems, then that's going to create a bad image as well. They're going to say, well, this guy doesn't care about me.
Right.
And so that adds to it. And then lastly, I would think the bigger problem socially is that there was big tort reform push through the 90s by big businesses and corporations that spent hundreds of millions of dollars making the trial lawyers the bad guys, because we were responsible for all cost increases on products or insurance rates or those kinds of things. And it was a great sleight of hand, because it was like, oh, well, trial lawyers are ruining this for everybody because they make things more expensive. And it's not like, well, the businesses are killing people and maiming people and the products are bad, or the crashes are happening, or these doctors are hurting people. But there was a big push that it was the lawyer's fault, which is a real gaslight. In the modern parlance, it's like, that's totally gaslighting, because it's like the lawyers are just there to solve a problem. We happen to get paid on a contingency basis because we settle cases, but we're there to deal with people who got hurt. Like, if the person didn't get hurt, then we wouldn't have to be there. So it's like, oh, well, these lawyers who represent people that get hurt, because they're paid on a contingency basis and they're making things more expensive because we have to pay all these things, and now we pass the cost on to you. So that's also a problem for the perception of lawyers, which is unfortunate, because what we do is we represent people who've been injured by other people or by bad products or by doctors who mess up. And it's like, okay, well, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't have to be there, but someone's got to do that part. Someone has to fight for the injured person.
But I think because now you have to pick and choose between all these people that say almost exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But then if you talk to other people and are like, hey, well, what do you know about this guy? I don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah.
Well, what about this guy? Well, he drives a nice car. Well, what about this guy? I don't know. I saw him at the bar the other day and everybody said he's weird. Or, right? Everybody exudes like a male version of the Kardashians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, there are certain branding things that have become templates, I would say, and it's funny because you go city to city and there's almost one in every major metro now, right? There's there's a hammer who's going to crush the insurance company, and then there's this the centurion, or there's somebody that takes a certain brand in the different markets. When it comes down to, I hope they just go back and look and say, okay, well, does this firm have the experience that I need, and find that. But like I said, some of our reputation is deserved, but I think a lot of it was actually imposed by negative publicity for 20, 30 years of a focused effort to try and make us the bad guy. But everyone will gladly, poop on lawyers until they need one.
I've been in that same situation where you're quick to talk mess about it. And you have to admit, though, 95% of attorney advertising is cringy. Like, it's it's just.
Yeah, it's hard. It's, and coming up with something is really hard, coming up with something new.
Yeah, right. It's difficult to digest, to process, to bring it in. But until you need one.
Yeah.
And that's the part, is that like when you need one, that changes everything, because now you have to sift through all of this nonsense and noise to try to, find somebody. It seems like the personal injury attorney, the PI, is just going to be the fall guy. Like, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a certain amount that we're just going to get blamed, right?
Right.
Which is part of it. Because you're dealing with people who are often in their worst situation, or one of the bad situations of their life. It's not a good thing. It's like, once you have a car crash, and I've had a few, so I know that feeling. As soon as you're done spinning and you're sitting there in your busted car and you're just like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the doctor.
Right.
I don't want to have to total out this car. I don't want to have to go get this car repaired. Right. And you just sit there and you're just like frustrated. It's like, oh, you got 2 to 6 months of work ahead of you because of someone else messing up.
Right.
And so, yeah, and I know that feeling. So it's like, I think you get negative association because you're part, even though you're the helper, you're part of that negative process. You're part of that thing. It's like, oh, I had to go through that and I don't want to do that again.
Right.
So I think, the better we can make that in being positive and supportive and, like I said, educating the client and helping them through it, the better. But yeah, I mean, like, it can only liken it to some, it is a health issue, but it's like at the doctor who has to reset your leg when it's broken. It's like,
right.
You're like, okay, well, they did their job good, but it's hard to say, wow, they're the best, because you're having already this negative situation and they're part of it.
Right. That makes sense.
It's like they're a cast member in the tragedy part of your life.
Right. That makes sense. All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
I appreciate that. Let's
Thanks,
get to the
Jim.
next one.
In the city of bright lights, when the road gets tough, when life is hard and you've had enough, you don't have to fight this battle alone. There's a lawyer in Vegas who treats you like home. Ryan Alexander, best Las Vegas personal injury. Ryan Alexander, he'll help you on your journey. Ryan Alexander, he's here to help. Ryan Alexander, he's here to help. You've carried enough, now let someone carry you. Somebody who listens, somebody who follows through. When life knocks you down, he shows up strong to fight for your rights, to fix what went wrong. Ryan Alexander, best Las Vegas personal